Hi, welcome to the channel. This is a current energy check-in for the 7th of September with a full moon in Pisces, with an eclipse in a lunar eclipse later tonight. Let's see what the energy is for the day. What can we expect? All right, we have Mountain, and this is about growth. And completion, there it is, number 9 with the Mountain. So this is completing a cycle. We're coming to the end of a cycle with this eclipse. There's completion and there's growth. And we have collaborate. You could be collaborating, teamwork, or you're working with the universe. New projects and learning, acolytes. And we have more new projects, fertility, divine feminine, birthing ideas, Vesica Pisces. And there we have that Pisces energy coming through with this lunar eclipse. Vesica Pisces, number 20, number 39. A beginning of a project or new ideas, birth of new ideas. All right, so we have the Knight of Cups with the King of Pentacles, again in the challenge position. That was in the challenge position, I believe, for one of the readings. Maybe it came out yesterday as well. We have the Eight of Cups and the King of Wands, the Six of Wands, and the Strength card. And we have the Hermit, Virgo energy, Pisces opposition. So, and I believe the next eclipse, the solar eclipse, is going to be in Virgo, which is at the end of September. So opposites. And here we have Virgo, the Hermit, right underneath the King of Wands. So we're coming in with the Knight of Cups. I feel like there's a lot of blessings coming in today. You could be doing things from the heart today, feeling very good, feeling like you want to make gestures, affectionate, loving, kind, generous. The good knight, right? The Knight of Cups. So you could be looking for the Holy Grail, right? There's something about spiritual love. There's something about generosity. So there's a purity of heart. The challenge is managing your resources, being practical, down to earth, and not overly emotional, right? But more practical, more committed, and self-disciplined, with the King of Pentacles being the challenge. So we do have the Eight of Cups in your strength position. So emotionally, there's a lot of strength. There's an emotional capacity to walk away from from things that no longer serve you, people that no longer serve you. There could be emotional strength in your day. You feel, you could feel very emotional today, but you also have the strength to have strong boundaries, or to put things in the past and to move toward better horizons, and to emotionally detach from people, places, and things that are no longer a part of your journey. So I feel like there's this emotional strength. Now you could have a Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries that wants to connect with you today, with the King of Wands here coming toward you in the environment. There could be an opportunity to meet someone that's very passionate, or there's someone here that is really passionate about coming toward you to share their ideas, or they could be very attractive, they could be very passionate about what they're doing. They have a lot of new ideas, eccentric ideas. They're very authentic or genuine, and someone that could be unique in their perspective. There is a victory today. You will have some sort of achievement, or you're going to find yourself in the spotlight. Don't be afraid to let yourself be known, or to be recognized for your achievements. Be strong. You have the strength, you have the confidence, you have the growth. Maybe you've done the introspection, or you've been very philosophical. Maybe you've been studying, or there's some kind of wisdom here that's maturing, and it's developing, and it's coming out into the world. So I feel like with this King of Wands and the Hermit underneath, I feel like this could be you growing and radiating your wisdom, and the strength that maybe you've kept hidden. It's coming forth, it's coming out, it's being revealed. And you could become famous, or you could become well known, or you could be just acknowledged for something, for your wisdom, or for something that you've been doing quietly for a long time. You're going to see the rewards of that. So it doesn't have to be like that you're going to be in the limelight or very famous or recognized, but you could just be seeing the things that you've been doing in private are now going to be seen as worthwhile, as valuable, as recognized to be successful. So if you've been committed to something, or you've been pursuing your passions in private, those are going to be coming to the light. Those are going to be giving you some kind of success. I'm going to use a different deck. Let's clarify this Knight of Cups. So I feel like it's about having a pure heart, pure intentions. You're coming in with pure intentions and good. There's a very loving, positive, good vibe, pure, that you're coming in. What is the Knight of Cups? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. Okay, well, the Fool in reverse. So I feel like there is a new beginning, but I feel like you want to come toward it with love, with care. So maybe you're approaching the day with care, with love, and with pure intentions. You're not being reckless about things. So there's intentions, spiritual intentions that you're setting for whatever you're doing today. You're not rushing in. The challenge is materialist things, getting, maybe wrapping your mind around the material aspects of life. Yeah, the challenge could be, managing your money, your resources. 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. Making sure that you have enough saved, or that you are paying all your bills and things like that. So it's a very practical energy. And underneath it all, there's a spiritual energy of being careful about how you approach the day, and making sure that things are being managed especially your money and resources and your commitments. So there's a lot of integrity as you come into the day, both emotional and financial care being taken. With the Eight of Cups, you could be walking away. I don't know what you're turning your back on. I feel like there's some information that you received, Two of Swords in the reverse, and you're no longer interested in something that you were emotionally invested in the past. Maybe you've learned enough about it, or you can see the true reality of something. So there's something that your emotions are no longer tied to. You've cut some ties emotionally, maybe with a person in your life or a situation in your life that you're just not emotionally, you don't feel emotionally connected to that anymore. You can see through it. You see, I don't know, there's something about it. It could be a person, it could be a situation that you see the true colors. You have enough information that you emotionally detach from it. You're not emotionally invested in something or someone. So we have the King of Wands coming toward us in the environment. Aries, Sagittarius, or a Leo. Now, this could be someone that you released from the past or that you walked away from in the past. Now, this could also be you with your higher self. Maybe you've released certain things or people from the past and you're leveling up and you're focused on your own self-care, self-worth, and personal ideas. That could be, or it could be someone from your past that you left behind or walked away from or detached emotionally. You're no longer really attached to this person. What is the Six of Wands? You have some sort of truth. You're getting a victory in the fact that you have a truth. You can see the truth. Maybe you see people's true colors, or you see the truth of a situation. That's your victory, is that you've stayed clear of deception, lies, deceit, or people that are wearing masks. And I feel like you've stayed true to yourself or true to your values. And that in that truth, there's a victory for you. So you're seeing something for what it is. You're seeing people for who they are. Maybe you've been alone for a while because you've seen the truth about certain people or situations. But in this, there's a victory in the truth. So with the Strength card, maybe you've had to be strong alone. What is the Strength card? Yeah, I feel like you've had really strong boundaries with the Queen of Swords and the Strength card here. And maybe you need to continue to have strong boundaries with people that you feel are wearing masks. They're not really true or authentic, and maybe they're not pursuing their highest self. So I feel like you've walked away from situations and people that have held you back, or that they're being held back, or they don't progress, there's no growth, and you've cut them off, or you've had boundaries, and you've seen the truth of the situations where people continue to wear masks. They continue to stay in situations that are no longer for your highest good, and that's where you've detached or had boundaries, and you will have boundaries, and that's in the strength of the truth that you know to be true. You are standing in that strength. What is this Hermit? The Hermit again. Yeah, you may end up feeling more alone at this time, or feeling alone in the next few weeks or few days with these eclipses, especially if you have made some changes in your life or done some things like to separate yourself from certain individuals or certain situations. You may feel more alone, but I feel like you're going to go deep. You're going to study more. You're going to learn more. This is about elevating. These eclipses are really helping us to go into a new cycle and to elevate and to have it's our new self. So I feel like people may not even recognize you or know you anymore, or if you're you're just kind of studying and being alone, or trying to work on your personal growth is what I feel. What is the Hermit? Yeah, I feel like it's not that you're holding back from people. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. You're totally open. But you're open to knowledge. You're open to truth. You're open to growth and new perspectives. So I feel like it's not about cutting people off and being closed off. You're open, but you're not open to like wasting time with people that have no growth, or they have nothing to say, or they're overindulging, or there's toxicity in relationships, people that have addictions, people that want to see bad in your life, but they smile in your face. I feel like you're open to the truth. You're open to that. You're open to deep study. You're open to people who have depth of character, and you're open to ideas. You're open to growth. So I feel like you're treading cautiously and with a pure heart, and you're being selective about who you associate with and how you exchange your energy and with whom. And I feel like it's not about being closed off, it's about being open. You're going to be meeting new people that have depth and that are on the same level as you, and they're not under the spell of addictions. They're not dealing with envy or jealousy, or doing some sort of copycat or mirroring, or they're not hiding their true selves. So this is a time of eclipses, and there will be people and situations that will be eclipsed out of our lives forever. So it's a time for growth, and it's a time for moving into that. So I feel like with this Knight of Cups, you have that purity of heart. You're getting things in order and preparing for this, and you're going deep. And again, it is a time for you to possibly move away and eclipse people out, or situations out of your life, as you move toward the truth. Tell me more about the Mountain. So the Page of Pentacles, you started small and you've worked your way up. You're a student of life. You can drop your guard because you've grown, and you've come into up to a time where you're almost done with whatever you've been working toward. You've gone from the Page, and now you're at the Nine of Wands in reverse, open to the universe, to receiving the gifts of the universe that are coming toward you. And I feel like you're at the completion. 9-9, they're mirroring each other. So you're almost there, and I feel like you're almost to the top of this mountain. What is collaboration? Okay, so the Empress in reverse. You could be dealing with a Libra or a Taurus. There's a need for self-care here. There's a need for seeing one's value, and for being a part of nature, connecting with nature. There could be someone that's just not really connecting with nature or with their natural selves. They could have toxic addictions. They could be not caring for themselves. What is this Empress? Yeah, I feel like it could be a Taurus. Hierophant. I feel like there's a need to up your spiritual practices and to seek wisdom from someone that, like, so study the masters, study metaphysics, philosophy, religion, whatever it is. There's a need to master something here, especially someone that's feeling like they're not caring for themselves. There needs to be some kind of mastery or some sort of seeking of knowledge. and improvement of faith. So I feel like there's judgment in reverse. So there's unfinished business as you learn and as you grow and as you prepare for the new projects and the new learning. So it's a process here that is not completely finished. It's one that you're moving through right now. So with the Pisces, Vesica Pisces, what is that all about? There's that King of Pentacles again. So get practical when it comes to projects, when it comes to new ideas. There could also be a divine feminine and masculine energy that needs to come together in union, and that could be just simply in yourself. Like, are you mastering your feminine and masculine energies, or is one of them more dominant than the other? Is there a balance? There could also be an energy of practicality and birthing those ideas and now bringing them into reality. So today you could just be getting very practical with your projects, doing things that are practical, using your resources. We have Medicine Wheel. So continuation. So what goes around comes around. A situation will not resolve until you act to change the outcome. A past issue needs to be readdressed, a wild goose chase. As you learn from an experience, a new situation presents itself. So this is dealing with karma, dealing with a past situation. There may need to be, like I said, there's more work to be done. You're at a 9, I feel, and this is almost completion. But there's something that needs to be resolved from the past. Something that you may need to let go of, walk away from. So today is a day to really reflect on what is it that you need to release from the past? What is it that you need to make right? Or are you continuing a cycle? So there's a really strong need to make peace or to address any kind of past baggage that you're hanging on to or still that's still holding you back. So maybe you don't feel like you have self-worth. Maybe you need to focus on building your own self-worth through study or practicality, sharing your ideas. But I feel like with that Hierophant and the Empress in reverse, there's definitely a need to address any self-esteem issues that you might have, or any past situations that have made you feel like unworthy or disconnected from your true nature. There's a need to really examine that. Okay, so I can't stay too long, so I'm just going to get a couple more messages. What kind of karma are we dealing with regarding this Medicine Wheel? Pluto energy. Get to the heart of it. Get to the heart of some kind of past situation. You could be obsessed with something, or there could be a power struggle. There could be a need for control. And what is it? You might have to figure that out. Are you obsessing on something, or is someone obsessing with you? I think it's like this is about you doing the inner work. Are you obsessed or too controlling? Is there something that you need to really address when it comes to an obsession or the need for control? You really need to get to the heart of that, is what I'm getting, before this eclipse. So we have say goodbye to your past and leave the baggage behind for good, right? So what is it that's holding you back from the past? Something needs to be released. It could be a good day to fast on this during the solar eclipse, and not to have any food in your stomach, because the moon will go through a 28-day cycle in like 4 hours. So it's good to not eat or not to have food in your stomach during the solar eclipse. That could also help one purge and be ready. So if you're interested in fasting, could be a really good day to fast before and after the solar eclipse, or especially during, not to eat food. We have topaz. All right, so blindness. There could be something that you're turning a blind eye to, and you may need to understand what that is. There could be something that you need to listen to, or someone that you need to listen. So be careful that you're not turning a blind eye. Make sure you're listening to the universe or to your faith, whatever it is. There's something that you need to hear, or there's something that you need to listen or see. And it's interesting because blindness, but listening, right? Listen with your eyes, your mind's eye, or are you seeing with your ears, right? Let's get one more. Tanzanite. The possibilities. Tell me, what is it that you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Tanzanite. So be thinking about the possibilities, but also be thinking about what you need to release so that you don't repeat cycles. Let's get a couple more. Let's get it from this blue deck. I haven't used this for a while. Passion or possession is showing up, but I got passion, but there could be some kind of possession. Naturopathic medicine could be very important to engage with. There are fast changes coming. It's a blank slate. You have the ability to write your story. You could be traveling soon. Driving could be significant. You could drive somewhere. Maybe you're driving today. Happiness is coming in. Maybe through travel or driving. And design. I feel like you could be designing something. You're a designer, or there's something about creativity, art. Be present today. Focus on the creative aspects of life. Let's see what fell out. All right, there's actually two cards that fell out. Creative and escapism. All right, and the truth is coming out again. So again, you're walking in your truth. Stand up for yourself today. And again, there's more traveling. So something about traveling could be significant for someone. Let's pull one more message just to end the reading for today. I may be back for other signs. I'm trying to be consistent. I did get the water signs and fire signs out yesterday. I was late with those. I'm trying to keep up with weekly readings. If you want a sign read, please let me know in the comments what your sign is and which, if you want me to read it. I've been doing random readings sometimes. I'm just really busy, you know. I mean, I have a full-time job, so it's really hard, and it seems like I don't have enough time in the day to do everything. So I really want to keep up with regular readings, and I want to do the shadow readings again. But again, it's like I said, my time is really... It's been really hard for me to find the time, but I want to. Okay, we have shark. So swim away from a situation. Again, what I'm getting is leave behind anyone that's not for your highest good. If there's someone that's not growing, if they're still hanging on to addictions, especially, or any kind of jealousy or mask they're wearing, I feel like it's important to move away from people that you know and you see the truth. We have bitch fire coming out. Stand up for yourself. And it doesn't matter. If they don't like it, too bad. Bitch fire, right? You're on fire. So surround yourself with the people that are growing, that are on the same level with you, or be alone is what I feel. There's nothing wrong with that. Being alone and leveling up and doing what you need to do for your life. So stand up for yourself and don't care what other people think is what I'm getting. And move away from people that want to deter you from going after your holy grail. That's what I'm getting. So have a great day, and I'll see you next time.